Come here. Are you excited? Hey, you're never in here. Figure it out, mate. There you go. Woohoo, been a while since you've been in here, eh? You can help me do some mechanicking.
Rightio, g'day guys. So today, this is going to be a quick ep. I know I always say that and it ends up half an hour long, but all we're doing today is fitting a door seal kit for the Cruiser. As you probably know, they're notoriously noisy inside and a lot of it's wind noise, so we'll take a look at that right now. So this is a bit of a funny one. It's this pinch weld seal that you see right here. Now, I say it's a bit of a funny one because you've got this seal on the door here, which seals up against the frame here, the cab. And it seems like a good seal. There's no dust coming in here. They've always been good in my experience. That seal obviously goes around the whole door, and there you go, right? So I don't exactly even know what this is for. Is this just to make it look finished? Because this seal doesn't really contact the door, which is on this part of the frame. So it doesn't, there's a gap there, which I guess there's meant to be. Like, it doesn't make contact with the door. So I guess it's just a finish. Now, this seal here, it's a funny one. It's just odd because this seal right here, as you can see, so this is the seal right here, that obviously this part clips onto the frame, and that part is what's going to seal against here. So I don't really, it seems like a simple fix. I don't know why Toyota wouldn't have just changed this over the years, just because it is a simple fix. Like, or so I'm led to believe. I don't know, I haven't done this. As you know, I had a previous LandCruiser some years back. I never did any of this. I did bare minimum to that car, I didn't really care. I just used it, drove it out bush, used it for work, just ran it. Didn't really care. I did some mods, like I loved the thing, but I just drove it. I wasn't really worried about stuff like this. With this vehicle, I'm finding myself looking into stuff a little bit more and just tinkering. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not putting a coil rear end in this or anything like that, but I do find this fun too. I like working on my vehicle and doing little mods like this. If what I'm led to believe is true, that doing this will take away the vast majority, if not all, of that wind noise, then it's just so worth it because it's easy to do and it's cheap. I think this seal was about 80 bucks plus shipping. It might have been free shipping because I did order something else as well, which isn't here yet, which you'll find out about that in a few weeks. But I did go on, so this is from the Cruiser store. I found some other mobs that sell this stuff and it was like 200 bucks and they do this for about 80. So, and I mean, it seems like quality. I read the reviews, everyone says it's good stuff. So if it's going to do that and stop a lot of that wind noise, a lot of that road noise, then it's highly worth doing in my opinion. But yes, it is a bit of a strange one. If it really is that simple, why wouldn't they just change this pinch weld seal? Anyway, let's pull it off and see what we can do. Second Dice, you going to give us a hand to change that seal? Good boy. These are going really well, by the way. So worth it. They crank. All pumped into the standard head unit too, just pumps. So we'll start by trying to, I probably should take this off. We'll see if we can get away without doing that. Might be able to. Alright, so that comes off easy enough. So there you go. Well, let's just put it on and see how the finished product is going to look. Right, so very easy to take off, obviously. That took about 2 seconds. There you go. So yeah, you see how the factory seal sits and it doesn't really marry up to the door. But like I said, you're going to have a bit of a gap. So let's just
Let's have a look at that. Okay, so we're just starting to feed that on now. We're just going to get a mallet, and as it says in the instructions, we can just lightly tap this on to get the seal over this sheet metal. Righty-o. Soft face hammer. This one will do the trick. So I reckon we should be able to just push this on now. So it's a 6 meter length. So must be about 3 meters a side. Cut it in half and do the other side. So now we'll cut this to where we need it. Alright, so it's in. I don't really understand. It looks like it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Let's close the door. Okay, so like, it makes sense. I can definitely see how it seals. That's cool. That's not the part I'm worried about. What I don't get is the finish. So, just like I thought, you know, the Toyota one looks very nice. There's no nasty gaps or anything. I don't really understand this. It's very straightforward. You take the standard seal out, you put this one in. So I feel like I'm missing something because I just feel like, how can this be it? But it's very simple. It couldn't be any easier. But that's the finish. Like, what's this gap? That's crazy. Look at that gap. Like, normally you don't see that. The Toyota seal is flush. It's nice and neat how it's finished. Look at that. How does that work? That's bloody wild. So I'm assuming people just, look at that. I'm assuming people just change it and this is how it goes. And that just seems odd. I don't really know what to do now. I don't know if I want that on there. It looks like crap. That's weird. So now I'm thinking, like I said, I didn't look hardcore into this. Now I'm thinking the seals that were 170, 80, 200 bucks, maybe they are a better finish than this. Maybe they're like a seal like this one is, but then they've got a, you know, they come out this way a bit more like the standard one to seal up this gap. I'm gonna have to have a bit of a look. I'll have a look online right now. Okay, I just had a quick look and the other seals that the other mobs sell look exactly the same to me, but they're $200. And then I went on the site where I got this seal from, the Cruiser store, and they've got a mob of pictures up there, which I did look at before, but you don't see these gaps straight away. Like, it's not easy to see. So I had another look now that I know what I'm looking at, and yeah, this is how it goes. And you're meant to have these big nasty gaps. Like, it's not the end of the world. I can see that this is going to help big time, the way it seals up against the door when the door's shut. Like, it's not like it's a mechanical thing or something's going to fail or whatever. It's just a crappy finish. That's very strange. I'll show you how it's going to shut. So you look at that. Look at that. There you go. Now I'll show you the, and that's all the way around. It's a nice, look at that. This is the driver's side. I'll show you how this closes, just for a comparison. See that gap? So apparently that's where the wind and a lot of the road noise comes from. So with that seal, there is absolutely no gap anymore. So I think it's definitely going to work. I reckon it's going to be a good thing. It's just these gaps that are very strange. Anyway, we'll run them. Now that I know that's how it's supposed to go, and people run them and love them and whatever, let's try them. All we can do is try them. What do you think about the gaps around the seals, mate? Bit average, eh? What do you reckon, Bailey? Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do, and that's to go test it. So we'll go for a bit of a drive and see how it sounds. Rightio, so definite improvement. I can still hear wind noise, which I kind of thought that's not very good. I didn't really think it had helped that much, but I think that's just the outside, like the snorkel. And the more that I drive, it's definitely helped. So that's good. I'll keep them in for now, and we'll see how they go, but that's a definite improvement, so I'm pretty happy with it. Rightio, well, so I just went for a bit of a drive, found a nice spot to pull up. As I said in the car, it's definitely helped. There was a little bit of wind noise, but I think that's just from around the snorkel, so big improvement. So that's a good thing. I was thinking where those gaps are, I could probably put a bit of foam in there or something to make it look neat. I'll get back to you on that one. I'm going to have a bit of a look, see what I can figure out. As I said, I had a look at the other websites and other seals, and they all look the same, just like a generic car seal. There maybe there is better ones that I haven't found, I don't know. I didn't do a heap of research. And anyway, I reckon that's about it, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.